What's the soup, guys? As some of you might know, I'm on somewhat of a social media hiatus right now. And since starting this hiatus, I've honestly been a lot more happy, present, and focused all around. And thankfully, I didn't have a lot of social media presence to begin with. I really just had Instagram, so realistically, this social media hiatus has just been deleting Instagram. And since saying goodbye to the gram, I really only have PixelFed now, which curiously enough, I do upload a lot of personal photos and update it constantly. So if you're ever curious of what I'm up to or what I'm doing in my personal life, I suggest you check that out. I'll put that link somewhere on the video, maybe on the description. But I do have to say that PixelFed feels more like when smokers stop smoking and start carrying around lollipops or blowing on straws just to curb their habits. Because as much as I'd love for PixelFed to take off, it really is mostly a ghost town. But besides PixelFed, I'm on YouTube. I mean, clearly you're watching this video right now, and embarrassingly on TikTok as well. And while YouTube I think is so much more than a social media platform, TikTok is very much the final boss of it. And before I started uploading videos on YouTube, I never really had much of an interest or curiosity about joining TikTok or really uploading there because, like I said on my previous videos, the thing that was so attractive or so interesting to me about social media was the friend-to-friend connection, not the ever addicting explore page of slop. And I think TikTok caters more to the eyeball and attention real estate more than connections. But since starting my YouTube channel, I've joined TikTok and I've started uploading my short form videos there as well, since it might bring people to check out my longer format videos, which is ultimately what I'm really passionate about. People who maybe normally wouldn't be on YouTube or on my channel page if they didn't run into my TikToks. Since I started using TikTok, I've realized just how dystopian it is. And there were really two things that kind of surprised me or made me take a step back. One were the live stream emoters, kind of like the Miles Morales guy who became viral years ago, or that girl who just emotes and says weirdly suggestive things to get people to donate money while they live stream. But since that got so much media coverage at the time, I wasn't as taken back by it as the second thing, which is TikTok shop creators. Dude, when I tell you that I have never been more uncomfortable than when TikTok puts these motivational speakers trying to convince me to just start selling on TikTok Shop.
I made almost $35,000 in the last 7 days of TikTok Shop, and I've only been doing this for a month.
I'm not kidding. It feels like HGTV on crack with the enthusiasm and self-determination of Heaven's Gate.
This is what I've made in my first 5 months as a TikTok Shop affiliate, and I want to talk about what kind of helped me go from here to here. Let me tell you, TikTok Shop is only cringe until it works, okay? Girl, you need to have a smile on your face. You cannot be monotone, okay?
Everyone is literally out there trying to sell you on this get-rich-quick scheme, peddling Temu crap like it's the cure for hemorrhoids. And before you start laughing, no, okay? I don't have hemorrhoids, so don't ask about that again. Also, on a completely unrelated note, Preparation H, if you're watching this video and you want to sponsor one of these videos, I'd be open to exploring that. And okay, fine, granted, HGTV is huge and millions of people watch that from all around the world, as well as antique roadshows and infomercials. There's a huge crowd for it. And I remember as a kid being genuinely entertained by infomercials like Floam or Bendaroos or Chia Pets or Pillow Pets and even Fushigi. But I didn't have access to a credit card and barely knew how to operate a landline, so it was mostly harmless. These formats are entertaining, and a lot of the times these hosts are the force that keeps you hooked. It's given us classics like the guy who falls down after kissing the camera.
Give you a kiss, that is good. Mwah. That one's got it.
The incredibly unsettling face of the ShamWow guy.
Hi, it's Vince with ShamWow.
And the other guy just slapping tape on leaking barrels.
The super strong waterproof tape.
HGTV has given way to hilarious SNL spoofs.
That is not good English. You will never make it with that kind of English on QVC. On QVC. On QVC. That's what you sound like.
Is solid chocolate, and it's as solid as a rock.
And Antique Roadshows is genuinely entertaining to watch. But as most things on the internet, these TikTok creators have dialed it up to 11 and really just taken that concept and milked it for everything it's got. They're peddling literal landfill from websites like Temu or AliExpress that either won't arrive or will break upon its first use. And these creators see no downside. TikTok Shop is literally like having Temu or AliExpress linked directly to your dopamine slot machine. And while I think most adults are savvy enough to know that they're being sold dog crap, like,
Oh my God!
or,
Oh my God!
or,
Okay.
kids aren't necessarily privy to that yet, so they're the ones who are usually being got. Like I said, when I was a kid, there were 3 hoops you had to jump through before placing an order from one of these fun infomercials or HGTV finds, or even something as silly like Sky Mall, which I should actually make a video of that. That was a really cool thing. First of all, having access to a credit card, which was locked away in my parents' pocket all day long. And they did not trust giving people their credit card information, whether that be through the phone or online. Realistically, even up until a couple of years ago. So fat chance I was gonna get Floam sent to my house without first having access to my parents' credit card. Second of all, there was the fact that you had to dial the number on the screen that had numbers and letters, so I did not know how the hell that worked. Phones have numbers. Why are you making me solve a riddle now? And third, there was the fact that I did not know my billing address or my home address all that well for that matter. And talking to strangers on the phone seemed like an activity only reserved for the most capable of adults. Kids nowadays don't have all these hoops to jump through, and buying something is made to be the easiest thing possible. It's literally programmed to be one tap away from the video that just popped up on your feed from a stranger you've never ever seen before. And call me an alarmist, but that just seems incredibly predatory. And sure, not all people being got are kids. And to that I say, I guess it's your money, so do whatever you want. If you want to buy a transforming rabbit pillow from TikTok Shop, then that's your life and you're allowed to do that. But to those people I say, really? Do you really need that pillow rabbit, or a frog-shaped egg yolk scooper, or a Drake face cover that makes you kinda look like him from afar, but if you put him in a microwave and he started melting? The answer is no, you don't. And as customers, I think we need to become more intentional with what we buy and from where we buy it. Since consumer waste and consumer trash is a huge problem and greatly affecting our planet. And do you know what's even scarier? The hustle culture behind this is fucking nuts.
I do TikTok Shop.
What has been your highest month in sales that you've done so far on TikTok Shop?
$430,000.
This is how long it took me to make my first $10,000 month on TikTok Shop while working a full-time job.
It's like Gary Vee influenced all these smooth-brained people to only think of becoming an entrepreneur in the internet and throwing away all ethics and values. Everyone out there who's a TikTok Shop creator literally goes from selling these products on one post to saying how easy and profitable it is to become a TikTok Shop creator on the next one. How they're set to make hundreds of thousands of dollars this year, or even millions in some cases, and how it's basically the ultimate gold rush because of how people are just so gullible. I literally saw this one dude say how self-respect was overrated.
If you're super good looking and you're not posting on TikTok, you're literally missing out on free money.
And selling on TikTok Shop is the only thing that matters. That this is what social media was all about. And to that I say, no, it's fucking not. Or at least it's not supposed to be. Social media was a place to stay in touch with your friends. And I get it. It's transformed. It's like saying that the internet's only purpose is to upload photos of cats and then look at said photos of cats. We've evolved as a society. But even then, I still think that social media is a great place to show off your creative passions and interests, not solely a place to peddle trash to gullible people and kids. And what's kind of fucked is that a lot of these creators see literally zero downside from this, since it's not their products and the negative reviews don't affect them at all. It's not their company. They push whatever works that week, and if it doesn't, then they just push it down in their feeds with more crap that does work. And I don't know, call me crazy, but it just seems nuts. And listen, I don't know how much of what these people say is true. They could be making millions of dollars from this, or they could just be selling you smoke to get a push in the algorithm or become a little viral. But the people who are pushing this and motivating you to either become a creator or buy whatever stupid item they're trying to sell you remind me of that episode in Always Sunny in Philadelphia where they all joined the Ponzi scheme or a pyramid scheme trying to sell goji berries.
Hello everyone, I'm Dee and this is Charlie. And as you can tell by our huge mansion, we're insanely loaded.
Everyone talking to me on TikTok about either A, being a TikTok shop creator, or B, trying to sell me on revolutionary new item just reminds me of D having that thing with the cans telling you about your readings.
Is that bad?
Yeah, it's not good.
Guys, I got 157.
Wait. 157 what?
Units.
It just is very clearly a Ponzi scheme. And all this to say that TikTok just leaves me feeling very icky. And since I don't follow a lot of people there, I just go, upload my short form video and dip. But every time I open the app, it opens on your homepage and the algorithm keeps pushing these algorithm hackers and TikTok shop creator entrepreneurs that honestly leave me feeling very disillusioned with making content online. To these people, it feels like a soulless cash grab to just make a bag on someone and then dip. When in reality, the internet that made me fall in love with content was early YouTube with people like Good Mythical Morning or Smosh or even Ray William Johnson back in the day. Then stuff like Danny Gonzalez, Curtis Connor, Drew Gooden, and even legends like Tim Heidecker.
It's my piss moves.
Putting out YouTube sketches and content that rivaled the best things you could find on TV. People were passionate about putting up their work and their interests up on the internet to share with everyone. And that I think is freaking cool. We should do more of that. And less of TikTok shop creator entrepreneurs and Gary Vee wannabe influencers. So with all that said, I don't know if some of you have noticed, I've taken a step back from short form content for a bit. Just because of the icky feeling that these creators give me. But to be fair, I'll be back soon enough. I think the most important thing here is to keep a healthy relationship with uploading and content on the internet. And sometimes that means taking a step back, but also not getting lost. Anyways, guys, please subscribe, eat a potato, throw an apple against the wall and watch it explode, and get a bidet for your bathroom because wiping is antiquated. Peace.